I'm Nathan Smith with Tallgrass TV. I'm here with Ian and Brad with the film Waffle Street. And guys, just tell us what your roles in the film were.
I'm one of the writer-directors.
And I'm producer.
All right, and tell us about the film.
The movie is called Waffle Street, and it's based on the book of the same title. Jimmy Adams' memoir of, he was running a $30 billion hedge fund, loses his job, and then decides to go to work at a waffle diner to sort of get his head straight, where he meets Danny Glover's character, the surly line cook, who pretty much deals him some hard lessons in life and blue-collar realism.
It's that unlikely friendship story,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay. So, what was the genesis of the story? What made you guys pursue it? How did you guys get involved with it?
Brad, you want to start with it?
I got involved with it because Autumn McAlpin, who's one of the producers and wrote the first draft of the movie, she found the book, and she was just intrigued by it. True story, interesting thing. So she was shopping around trying to figure out what to do with it. Luckily, it got to me, and then the two of us decided to team up and work on it. And I knew John Kelly, who's one of the other producers. That he was currently doing. I mean, he just did Deadpool and Divergent. He's done a couple notable movies.
A couple films, you might
So
know.
that was really helpful. I brought John on, and then we were trying to find but we weren't really interested in this project. It was just something interesting about it, and but we knew it needed more. And so we were trying to find directors that were writers as well that could come on and co-write it with Autumn, and just get it that extra little bit of love. And we met up with these guys one day at a coffee shop in Santa Monica, and we just hit it off right away. Like, they gave us their take on the movie, and we were like, man, that just makes sense, and it's exciting, and it's all history from there.
Yeah, I think we were dealing with less money than we wanted to make the film, and as I know the producers were as well. So I think when Autumn had a script, and when we read the script, it was just too big, which was one of the biggest problems. It was just too big at that point. So we pitched to let's bring it down, maybe make it a little more quirkier, give a little flavor of us in there. But really, the book, the memoir, James Adams' original book, Waffle Street, it's an incredible tale of half story of anecdotes of working in a diner and his run through the finance business. And then the other half of it is a lot of numbers and graphs and charts and the realism of the crash and helping you understand why it happened, and his philosophy on how that could have not happened, what you could do now or what you should be doing now, or maybe how economics, just giving you a lot of theory that can be applied today. So it's a great back and forth of real world economics and theory and story and character. So
and that's one of the things that I really like about the movie that interested me in the project is this real fish out of water type. This guy who comes from Wall Street and numbers and dealing with, as he says, numbers in the ether or whatever, and getting thrown into a very regular job like a diner.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting to see what happens when somebody does it. And the fact that this guy actually did it and he was so involved with the developing of the movie and shooting it and everything. Made it very true, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we really tried to stay as close to the book as we could, and to try to keep that essence that's in the book and that humor that's in the book, rolling throughout the film.
So, did you guys have a favorite moment during production that really stands out? Anecdote?
There's a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot. I would say, some of my favorite movies of shooting the movie, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Of the process, was, just getting to hang out with Danny Glover, like a legend, like a serious legend. And like on some of my movies that made me want to make movies, Silverado, and so it was just exciting to have him and getting to actually be working with him, just sitting there having him tell us some stories and watching how he's such a pro, right? Like, so when we're shooting scenes or whatever, he just elevates everybody's game, and the other watching him do scenes with the actors, and everybody steps up when it's Danny Glover's around.
Yeah, that was one of the great things about having him is that everybody wants to step up their game. Everybody wants to be at their best. So there was never a day where anybody, I think, in front of or behind the camera came into work and was like, boy, I don't know if I want to work today, or I don't know if I can get up for today. It was just very you come in, you see the faces you're working with, you feel the energy, and you're just ready to go. I probably one of my favorite moments or one of my favorite parts, of course, was working with James Lafferty again. We made a film with him in 2013 that also showed here at Tallgrass called Lost on Purpose, and we're honored and happy to be back here. One of our favorite film festivals for sure. And one of our favorite actors to work with is James Lafferty. So it was amazing to make another film with him and bring it back here.
And I don't want to discredit that because, I mean, like, Danny's the legend, but it was amazing to work with James. That was my first time. These guys have worked with James before, Lafferty, but that was my first time. Love the guy. And then getting to bring Julie Gonzalo, who's a really good friend of mine. We've worked before on other stuff. And so getting to have her on set, James, like, it was like, and working with these guys, Ian and his brother, Esham, like, we hopefully have more stuff that we're doing together.
Exactly.
I mean, we have one more we're doing, we know, but like, I hope to make movies with these guys for a long time.
We as well. It was a great collaboration.
This movie was great. It brought a lot of like great people together.
And James and Julie really didn't have a lot of time to like. I mean, we're luckily they're so darn skilled because, you know, they didn't have a lot of. It was an independent film. You don't have a lot of rehearsal time. You know, they basically fly in, show up, 6 hours later, 12 hours later, they're shooting.
Yeah, and like before they even showed up, we weren't sure if we were making this movie 100% or not until we're like, James, what are you doing this weekend? Can you come to Utah?
Yeah,
Julie, what are you doing
ridiculous.
this weekend? And it was basically like we flew them in, and wasn't there like one of their first scenes? Like they land, and one of their first scenes is like a very intimate scene where they have like this really heart-to-heart moment.
Yeah, it's
and
the
we're
scene
like,
where
sorry guys, but you're in love. Go.
It's the baby scene where they have the sort of baby reveal. Yeah, which is a an intimate, heartfelt type of scene. Yeah, and they stepped right up and stepped right in.
So how can people follow the film? How can people stay abreast of its progress?
We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter.
We're all over social media.
Yeah.
So we have our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
And if you just
we try to keep them all.
Google Waffle Street,
you Google Waffle Street, you'll see everything
movie.
there. And we
It'll
try to
fly
keep it very up to date and stuff. Yeah.
Nice. So what do you guys think of the Tallgrass Film Festival?
The festival's incredible. As I said, we were here in 2013, and we have not closed our mouths about it since.
It's true. I mean, he's not just saying that
we
because
pitch it, honestly,
but
like constantly.
Way before we started doing festivals, they're like, Tallgrass, they take care of you there, and like they treat filmmakers well, and people
Great
actually
audiences,
love movies. And I didn't expect it to be as much so as it is. Like, we were at a couple movies like last night and yesterday. Was that yesterday? But and we were talking to people. We're like, oh, what movies are you guys here with? We're like, oh, we're just here to see movies. We're going to watch movies all day, every day. And like, they're like, yeah, we love it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. It's like, people's like, there's the love of independent film here. It's awesome. Yeah,
there's definitely an electricity and excitement, you know, as you go in it. And there's not a bad film in the festival, which is in 13 and this year. I mean, we were just bowled over by the quality of films that you guys show. So it's great stuff.
Yeah, it's great to be here. My first time. Yeah.
We're honored to be a part of it.
Very.
So the tagline of the festival is stubbornly independent. And what does it mean to you guys to be stubbornly independent?
I think when you're making independent films, you have no choice but to be stubbornly independent.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But one of the great things that comes with that, less money, but you also have more control. So I think stubbornly independent definitely lends itself to trying to keep control of your vision and
forceful creativity.
Yeah.
And like
exactly.
It's like those times. I love that slogan, stubbornly independent, because like so many times we're like, oh, dude, we can't do this. Like, yeah, we have to.
We will.
And we're going to.
Yeah.
You can't.
Nice. So, what advice do you guys have for aspiring independent filmmakers?
I think the best advice you can give an aspiring filmmaker is to say, keep making stuff, and it's a war of attrition. Like, be passionate about what you're doing and stay in the game.
For sure. Keep going, keep pushing, and you just got to get it done. Like,
if this one isn't the one that breaks you out or is your hit or is what gets you on the board, the next one will.
Exactly, and don't be discouraged because he's not, one movie's not going to do it. Like, you just got to keep going and make short films, make whatever. There's a lot to do.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Come on out and see us. What are we? Sunday, 6:30. Closing night film. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, man.